What you got? This is Luke chapter 16, verse 19. It said, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
All right, now hold what you got. Read that for me again one more time.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
So what I want to do is look up the word sumptuously. A glimpse into the wardrobe of King David and Solomon. Alright, now I just Googled. This is where I'm at. Okay, I just Googled a glimpse into the wardrobe of King David and King Solomon. This is where I'm at, right? That's where I'm at in Google. And I'm finna scroll. Let's say, cut it off. That's where I'm at, right? See if y'all can see it. That's where I'm at. Now, in this article, right, I'm finna scroll down and let me see. Now, this purple dye, okay, which they dyed these garments in the ancient world, everybody wanted that dye, so to speak. Everybody wanted it, okay? But scrolling down, what I want to do is read this part. Now, it says, let me see. All right, now I'm gonna read this. It says, these colors, dealing with the purple, right? These colors are often mentioned together in ancient sources, and both have symbolic and religious significance. Right? To this day, the temple priests, David and Solomon and YAHAWASHI of Lazarus are all described as having worn clothing dyed purple. Now, what I'm finna do is see if I can. Well, what I'm gonna do is show you what I was reading that. Lord willing, you can see it down there. Hold on. Let me see. Lord willing, you can see it down there. That's what I was reading. Right? So, in that, go to brother. See, that's why I was reading it. The temple priest, David, Solomon, and YAHAWASHI. Which they put it on YAHAWASHI's mockery. That's when they put the thorns on his head. You know what I'm saying? They would put it on him as mockery. But they did put it on him. And that purple garment represented royalty, you know, in the society in the ancient world. See, because you got to put yourself back there and what was going on at that time, and the customs and you know what I'm saying, and all that. and how people was acting. So during that time, the temple priests, which they were the royal people, right? They were Levites, and they wore purple robes, okay? So y'all can get an understanding of what's going on. Now this is YAHAWASHI talking, okay? He's talking at this time. You got to go back to the ancient world. You got to put yourself there, okay? So we know through research, just a regular Google, when I went to a glimpse into the wardrobe of King David and King Solomon, and scrolling on down, where it talks about that dyed fabric, it talks about it, but when I went down, I went straight to the point, okay? So, you know, that's what it was back then. So read that for me again. Oh, we wanted sumptuous. Okay, give me that.
All right, this is in the Blue Letter Bible, the Strong's G 2986.
Strong's G 2986.
Labras. And it says splendid things, example, luxuries or elegancies in dress or style.
So, there you go. Splendid things in dress or style, right? So, the Levite priests, when you do research, they did wear purple garments in the temple. Okay? They did do that. Okay? So now, see what we got. So that dealt with clothing, right? All right, so read it for me again.
All right, this is Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores.
So let's deal with the word Lazarus. All right? Let's see what Lazarus means. Which I know what it means, but I just want to.
This is Strong's G 2976.
Strong's G 2976.
Lazarus. And it says, whom the Most High helps.
Oh, okay. So Lazarus means what?
Whom the Most High helps.
So remember that. That's key. Whom the Most High helps. Now, Lazarus' name is mentioned. Whom the Most High helps. But the rich man's name, he ain't mentioned. Okay? That's key too. So, YAHAWASHI was speaking, but he never gave the rich man's name. But he mentioned Lazarus, who the Most High helped, the poor. Right? All right. Going back to the scriptures.
All right. It says, verse 21, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Desiring to be fed from the what?
It says, from the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
So the rich man was eating. Okay? He was eating. He was up and he was eating. Right? He was up and he was eating. Right? Alright.
It says, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Now, it said, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sword. So what I want to do is look up the word lick, and I want to look up the word sword. want to look up the word lick, and I want to look up the word sword. So the rich man was eating. It was dressed nice, royalty. It was eating, and Lazarus wanted the crumbs off his table. You see? Just give me a little bit, okay? In a nutshell, just give me a little bit. Give me something, okay? Now, you got to remember, Lazarus means the Most High help, okay? YAHAWASHI help, okay? So we looking up the word lick, right? And we looking up the word sword. Lick, you should find, what you looking up? All right, you should find clean there. You should find it somewhere, strong and cord somewhere. It's somewhere in there. Clean, somewhere. Find it. Whether you gotta go to the root, you found it?
Yeah.
Okay, the brother said he found the word clean in there. Okay, we look up the word lick. Go ahead.
All right. This is Strong's G 621.
Strong's G 621.
Apalacho.
Lexicon. Second entry. Epilacho.
Second entry, Epilacho, says in Strong's definitions, it says to lick clean.
All right. So it says to lick clean. So YAHAWASHI said the dog would lick, okay, clean. That's what he's saying. When the dogs lick you, they lick in the clean. Okay? Now you gotta remember, Israel had dogs. All you gotta do is search out Job. They had dogs. Okay? And they had watchdogs. So the watchdog, right, will lick. And when you look up the word lick, it means to clean. Now what I want to do is look up the word sword.
Should say altar. Fine. This is Strong's G 1668.
Right?
Strong's G 1668.
Elkos. And it says a sword, an ulcer.
Bingo! That's what I want. So, you got the dog is licking, okay, clean, the sore, which is the ulcer. Now, I had to fire up on the mosquitoes. You know what I'm saying? I had to fire up on them, brother. I had to fire up on them. See? That's what I was doing, y'all. I had to fire up on the mosquitoes. So, right, now let me do a little Google. Let me do a little Googling here, right? Y'all bear with me. So we're gonna go into Google, right? And we gonna look at we gonna Google skipping meals. Skipping meals, stress can lead to stomach ulcer. That's what we gonna Google, right? So let me see. Skipping meals and stress can lead to stomach ulcer. I just want them to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I just want them to hear that. Let me let me say it again. Skipping meals and stress can cause stomach ulcers.
According to Times of India, missing meals causes the stomach to be empty for longer periods, which causes the stomach to produce too much acid. This increased acidity has the potential to damage the stomach's protective mucus lining, making ulcer formation more likely. It is important to have regular meal times to ensure a healthy lifestyle.
So Lazarus was not living a healthy lifestyle. He was starving. You know what I'm saying? In other words, the famine. It was a shortage of food when it came to Lazarus. Okay? It was a shortage of food when it came to Lazarus. But the rich man, he had it. He eating good, fat. Okay? So we understand what the word lick means, which means to clean, and we understand what the word sores means, and it goes into ulcer and stress. Stress and missing meals can cause stomach ulcer. Okay? So, what I want to do is read that for me again concerning Lazarus.
All right. It says Luke chapter 16, verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores.
Full of sores. Right? Go ahead.
It says verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Go ahead.
It says, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Now, a dog, when they see you down like that, a dog has compassion. They're merciful. Now, these are watchdogs. Now, the attributes of the Heavenly Father is merciful and compassion. Now, Lazarus had them sores, he had ulcers because he didn't have no food. But YAHAWASHI used them dogs as a metaphor, right? Concerning mercy and compassion. That's what he did. Now, if a dog lick your sore, it will contaminate it, right? But all a dog know how to do when they showing compassion is lick. Okay? And being merciful. That's what they do. So YAHAWASHI used a metaphor concerning that dog is mercy and compassion. Because the dog was trying to clean them up. Clean those sores up, which he had ulcers. Okay? And you gotta remember, what does Lazarus mean?
Whom the Most High helps.
Whom the Most High helps. Whom YAHAWASHI helps. See? Alright, go ahead.
It says, and it came to pass that the beggar died.
That the beggar died. And it came to pass that the beggar died. Right? Now, we know that death represents judgment, and death represents judgment, and it also you can die of natural causes. You can die a harsh way, or you can die of natural causes. But it's still judgment. Okay? No matter how you look at it, you're checking out of here. The Most High didn't punch the ticket. Okay? Whether it's natural causes, he didn't call your spirit back, whether it's natural causes or not. It was a horrific death. But Lazarus went on. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
The Most High help. See? Go ahead.
The rich man also died.
The rich man also died.
And was buried.
Now let's look up the word buried. So he went, so when you look up the word buried, which your brother gonna read it, he went through the funeral ritual, so to speak. He had a splendid burial, all at the funeral, you know what I'm saying, the process of funeral burial. He went through that, okay, the rich man, right? It's in there. Search it out.
It says
Maybe in the Strong Concordance somewhere.
the Strong's G 2290. Facto. It says in Strong's definitions to celebrate funeral rites.
See? So he had his funeral rites. You know what I'm saying? He went through the process. So the rich man was buried. Okay, he went through the process, right? Of the funeral. Right? When you look it up, when he was buried. Okay, read that for me again.
Alright.
Gotta remember, he's rich, so he went through it. You see? He went through the process. Go ahead.
It says this is verse 22.
Now, I'll say this right here. Hold what you got and give me Isaiah the 14th chapter. Before you read that, Isaiah the 14th chapter. Start at verse 18.
Alright.
Now this is going into Esau Edom. Okay? This is Esau Edom falling out of his rulership. Okay? Go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18. And the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory.
See? They went through their process of their burial. Okay? They went through the process of their burial. All the kings of the earth. Go ahead.
Everyone in his own house.
Go ahead.
But thou art cast out of thy grave.
Thou art cast out of thy grave. Esau Edom, no proper burial. When the Most High judges his ass, no proper burial. Go ahead.
Like an abominable branch.
Throw him out. No funeral rites, so to speak. Go ahead.
And as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit.
So, in other words, Esau Edom was just thrown in the pit. He didn't go to the actual funeral rites. You see, even though he rich, but he didn't go through the process of the funeral rites. The Most High said he just thrown in the ditch. When you bring him down, you're gonna be thrown in the ditch. You ain't going through them funeral rites. Read that for me again, bro.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18.
Go ahead.
All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory.
They went through their rights. They was rich. Go ahead.
Everyone in his own house.
Go ahead.
But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, as a remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Says verse 20, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
There you go. You see? So that's the judgment of Esau. Esau ain't gonna get no proper burial. See, he's just gonna be thrown out there. You see? Now, if you want to get into different translations concerning, you know what I'm saying, that particular scripture in the judgment, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see what the different translations say.
Isaiah 14, verse 18. All right, this is the Bible Hub. I'll go ahead and start at verse 18. It says, it's the New International Version, Isaiah 14 and 18.
Go ahead.
It says, all the kings of the nations lie in state, each in his own tomb.
See? Each in his own tomb. They went through the procedures of funeral. Okay? They right. Go ahead.
The New Living Translation. The kings of the nations lie in stately glory.
All right, that's all I want. That's all you do.
Okay.
We get the point.
All right.
We get the
So-
point. Okay, let's go to Esau situation.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 19, the New International Version. It says, but you are cast out of your tomb like a rejected branch.
So you ain't gonna get the funeral being wealthy. You ain't gonna get it. You just gonna be thrown out there when I bring you down. You ain't gonna have the proper burial. Go ahead.
It says, you are covered with the slain, which those pierced by the sword, those who descend to the stones of the pit, like a corpse trampled underfoot.
Like a corpse trampled underfoot. Go ahead.
There's the New Living Translation. But you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch, like a corpse trampled underfoot. You will be dumped into a mass grave with those killed in battle. You will descend to the pit.
So, according to that, that's the Amplified. You got to touch down on there yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is the Amplified Bible. It says, but you, king of Babylon, have been cast out of your tomb, denied burial, like a rejected branch, clothed with the slain who were pierced by the sword, who go down to the stones of the pit, into which carcasses are thrown, like a dead body trampled underfoot.
So, what verse is that you just read in a different translation?
There's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 19.
All right, go back to Luke 16.
All right.
Concerning the rich man buried.
All right, so this is Luke chapter 16, verse 22.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried.
Right.
Verse 23.
The rich man also died and was buried. So when you look up the word buried right there, he went to his funeral service. He wasn't cast out like an abominable branch,
Right.
like Esau. Okay? So go ahead.
It says verse 23. And in hell he lift up his eyes.
And in hell, he lift up his eyes. Go ahead.
Being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off,
and seeth Abraham afar off. Go ahead.
and Lazarus in his bosom.
And Lazarus in his bosom.